talk about drugs.
As promised, one of the kids in the hall, McKinney, and the director, Makin, who doesn't get a lot of praise or screen time, I think it's amazing that Kelly's here and finally gets to talk about this movie, because who doesn't want to know about this movie?
Hands up who doesn't want to know about this movie.
Yeah.
King of Empty Promises.
Woo! Did you bring my videos back?
Slipped my mind. But I feel awful about it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bring the movie tomorrow, plus I'll buy you one.
Work pig.
You substandard piece of crap!
I guess the kind of most controversial one is Love and Sausages.
Controversial.
So now I'm going to start the actual Q&A about Brain Can.
Yeah.
The series is ending, correct? In season 5, 1993.
1993, 1994, and we're in our 5th season.
And Lorne Michaels suggests doing a film.
Well, yes. I think actually between seasons 4 and 5, he'd asked us if we wanted to think about writing it. And I can't remember what it was. I think we wanted to do a tour.
Because he'd done Wayne's World and suddenly he's got a great relationship with
Yes.
Paramount.
Wayne's World, Technical Awards, MTV.
Yeah, and it was kind of clear we were heading somewhere in that direction. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then so season 5 ends and you think, let's do the movie. Everyone's really tired, but it'll be a great thing to do.
Yes. Yeah.
And you
We're all
go
sick of each other. Let's make a movie together.
And you go to a Muskoka retreat.
We go to Huntsville
to write the film.
In a resort that wasn't doing very well, and they didn't like us very much. But we went there for weeks. And we came up with a bunch of ideas.
Right.
I can't remember when we actually settled on this one. There were a bunch of... we'd had sort of like semi-regular, let's write a movie idea writing session a couple of times during the season. But yeah.
Because it's a pretty heavy premise for a film.
We didn't know that at the time.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's like very much a time capsule of the 90s. It's incredibly cynical, very dark.
It's a little bit like The Loved One, which you and I watched.
It's very much like The Loved One.
ARD, huh?
Yes, artificial insemination donor. It's just a job.
I haven't been so excited about anything for years. I don't like the look of this.
Yes, it may get a bit dicey. Dicey.
Head scratch, Chris?
No, thank you, Don.
Very much like The Loved One.
I think we're on top of it now.
I mean, it's a satire about the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah,
but also
they needed one in the nuts.
Since I've been on this new pain medication, I have not missed one day of work, and my boss really appreciates that. Lauren is there every day.
It's also a movie about the trappings of fame and very much the film and television industry. Yeah, it's not even subtle about it.
Right.
I gotta see more dogs. Oh, it's a dog disaster. I gotta see more dogs. I gotta see more dogs.
My cap is Luke.
Lukewarm Chris?
No, Luke Skywalker, you fucking inbred. Something's in my eye! Chris, do you want me to get it?
When would you girls like to sign that form that said last night never happened?
I thought, before we watched it, I think it's about the entertainment industry. And then at the point when you're holding up the drug variety, I'm like, oh no, it's about the entertainment industry.
We beat penicillin!
What were some of the other ideas?
We were wondering what you were working on in your lab.
Do you remember some of these?
I was not invited to the resort.
That's right. Oh, you weren't up at the resort. One of them was Asshole Detective.
Go on, I like what I hear so far.
Basically, the premise was there's a serial killer who's only killing real fucking assholes, and there's a super Christian goody two shoes detective who has to study how to become an asshole so that he goes underground and can attract the asshole killer. But meanwhile, he's got a super clean family at home. And it's about that conflict, that classic cop asshole conflict. One of the other ones was Ship of Fools, which we were going to do about a bunch of people set it in the Second World War, and it's towards the end of the Second World War, and all these cowards have found each other and taken over a small Corvette.
I like what I hear so far.
And they keep saying that they're almost near the battle, but really they're just sort of like, they have a village where they go and hang out, waiting for the war to end, and then they get sucked into a final battle at the end.
I like a lot. Is it ready for production?
And then in the book, it's mentioned that the reason that didn't happen was because it just seemed like it was too difficult to get a boat.
Yeah. Where are you going to get a boat?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Then the idea comes to do it about the drug,
Go on.
Right.
which is the original title.
The original title was.
And you start writing it at this. Norm writes a draft. Norm Hiscock, one of the writers.
We all jam on it, but everyone, like right at the end of Kids in the Hall, we were all suddenly very hot properties, and everyone had other work.
Right.
Bruce McCullough has a record out.
Thank you for watching Mad TV.
National Lampoons.
This is Spock. Steady as she goes.
Senior Trip.
I'm the new news director.
You guys should all rent The Wrong Guy, Dave Foley's brilliant unreleased masterpiece. It's on video stores.
Big promotion's being announced today, and I think I know who's going to get it.
And Daly.
What? And I am engaged to your daughter.
Daly here is engaged to my favorite daughter.
What kind of a man has a favorite daughter? And if you do have a favorite, then you should label them favorite and not favorite.
He's got a guy in the hallway.
If you only see one film the rest of your life, it should be Mickey Blue Eyes.
Saturday Night Live with Mark McKinney.
Here once again are the president and chairman of the Norm Macdonald Fan Club, Lucian Callow and Fagin.
The king of late night.
Yeah, you ever been on the subway, Paul?
Subway, right.
Yeah. So this guy walks up to me, looks me right in the eye, gives me one of these. He goes, you got any gum?
Yeah, so asked you for some gum. Yeah.
That's right.
He made it all the way here in a hurricane. The very least we could do is bring him out right here and thank him. So let's bring out Mark McKinney. Please welcome Mark McKinney. Bruce McCullough.
Bruce McCullough's got a record out. It's called The Shamefaced Man.
Here's Dave Foley. Dave, come on out.
Please welcome Mr. Kevin McDonald.
Our first song, which will also be our last song, because we're only allowed one song, is about my girlfriend Susan, who's not here tonight. That's a backup singer.
Available in record stores and places like that.
Please welcome Scott Thompson. Scott Thompson. Please welcome Scott Thompson. Welcome Scott Thompson.
Hi, I'm Scott Thompson, and you're watching My Crotch on Much Music.
And the winner is the Larry Sanders Show.
We share this with everyone on the show, the cast and the crew and everyone. Thank you so much.
So this has nothing to do with me being gay, does it?
Oh, come on, mister. Come on. No.
So it's the aloe vera. Because I can certainly see how that would be the last straw.
You see, there it is again. There's that attitude thing again. Listen, my friend, I am a supporter of the gay community. I wore a red ribbon to the Emmys. I have been to several Elton John concerts.
What does that mean?
Elton John is a gay.
Like right at the end of Kids in the Hall, we were all suddenly very hot properties, and everyone had other work.
Right.
For 10 years, we were in this little bubble. We went from the Rivoli. Lauren Michaels discovered us. He was a very benevolent, sympathetic boss, at least creatively. And we never kind of left that territory. I mean, our bosses were, some days it was Kelly, some days it was Cindy Park, some days it was, one of the other writers or whatever. But it was very easy. And then when we stepped out into the world of, big movie making with the studio, it was a completely different thing, and people were asking us questions that we hadn't heard in years, like, you got to get a star in here, and
right.
You have a list, right? Of the
so we do have a list of the suggestions.
The people they wanted in the star.
Uma Thurman. Were these were people that were shooting in Toronto at the time?
I think it was people that liked the kids, or Lauren knew them, or they were in Toronto.
So Uma Thurman, Sigourney Weaver, Patricia Arquette, Drew Barrymore, Nicole Kidman, Linda Florentino, Sandra Bernhard, Madonna, Catherine O'Hara, Janine Garofalo, who ends up in the film. But we cut her,
and then we cut her out. Yeah, all she was in the monitor shot.
And then suggestions for the band: Black Crows, Tragically Hip, They Might Be Giants, The Odds, Shadowy Man. Then Alicia Silverstone, Liv Tyler, Drew Barrymore, Parker Posey, Olivia Dabo, Winona Ryder, Chris Walken, Kirk Douglas, Sean Penn, Chaz Palminteri, Dennis Hopper, John Travolta. And then for the I'm gay sequence, they suggested Donny Osmond and Shirley MacLaine.
Wow.
I'm gay!
That would have been great if we got them all in the movie.
Yeah, all in that.
You said no.
Yeah. The kids really fought against any kind of cameos. That was kind of your code. We're going to play every character
Except one.
What?
Right.
I'm going to throw it in the clip.
Yeah.
Oh, you are? So we have a deleted scene.
The original ending was Kevin does take the drug. You know, when the pills fall down, he because he's depressed, he takes the drug.
After the Eric Tunney scene.
Come on now. Not tonight, we're wearing our suits. No secrets here, remember? No secrets between sailors.
Eric Tunney, by the way, I don't know if you know, was the sailor who was one of the greatest comedians in Toronto, in the world. He was a fantastic comedian, a really nice guy. There's a lot of local, it's very, again, a time capsule of like the comedy community at that time. There's Catherine Greenwood and Jonathan Wilson.
There's a whole character that Dave Foley played, this crazed fry cook.
Your drug is evil.
Who's actually a terrorist, right?
Well, he becomes a kind of a cult leader of young, sort of McDonald's workers.
Right.
All right, everybody, now get your weapons.
He's against the drug, and so he ends up kidnapping Kevin. And Kevin,
Chris Cooper.
Chris Cooper, yeah. And then they end up going to they steal Miss Herdecure out of the coma center.
There she is. Get her, boys. Easy. She's an old lady, damn it. Easy. Go to the lane.
And they take her onto the Nina Bedford show to expose the comas.
Listen to me. I want you to take back your life. Not an artificial life, but a real human life, full of sorrow, happiness, pain, joy, bus rides, bounce checks, almost kisses, dads killing themselves, foreclosures, and square dances. Yeah, you heard me. Square dances.
And then at the very end, you flash back and you realize Kevin's on the drug. You flash forward and he's in the coma parade.
I got it. I got it.
So, 3 years ago, Dr. Chris Cooper went into a glee coma of his own making.
And ironically, his happiest moment is when he said the drug is ready. And he has to relive that over and over.
Oh, that's great.
Man, that's heavy, eh? That's heavy. I think you're ready for it now.
Yeah.
So we had to reshoot all that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can see, you were pointing it out when we were watching. You were just, I wish you guys could have been there when we watched it and just had the commentary of the two of them, because you were like, you see how cheap that is, look at this, and he's wearing a wig and blah, blah, blah.
They didn't give us any money for the reshoots. I mean, even, listen, we only had $7 million, which sounds like a lot, but it was not a lot. I had
40 characters.
I had an amazing creative team, with my brother, and Greg, and the editors, and Jerry and Judy.
It looks incredible. Like of the Lorne Michaels run of films, I think it's the best one. But this. It's a low bar, but it's it's still up there.
I'd put it up against Tommy Boy.
And the Philadelphia Inquirer boasts that brain candy is a surefire cure for depression. Produced by Lorne Michaels.
I thought it'd be great to work with them, and also they have something to say, and they're really funny in the way they say it.
Is it ready for production?
They were watching rushes as we were doing it, and Lorne Michaels went to see an assembly in LA, and I heard later that he was sitting with Bernie Brillstein, his manager, and they were watching, and Lorne turned to Bernie and said, "Is Mark doing someone, that character?" And Bernie was like, "It's you idiots." And like, Lorne's a hard person to get to know, just watch the doc. But when the first version of Brain Candy was delivered, he had me down at the office at SNL, and I walked in, and he was very weird. It was like, Lorne always commands the room, and I said, "How you doing?" He said, "It's going good." And he went, "I'm feeling a little self-conscious talking in front of you because you do me apparently really well. And that was like the most kind of like, we had a moment.
How about some audience questions? Dave, do you want to take, I mean, you can shout them out or Dave can take the mic.
By the way, I just want to mention we also have Paul Bellini.
Oh, it's
here.
You guys touched on this, but please, how and why Brendan Fraser? How did that come together?
He was a friend of Dave's, and so I think it was kind of a no-brainer. He's a good guy, and everybody went, yeah, great, let's bring him in. And he was brave. I mean, he had acne all over his face. He was a real trooper, a really nice guy.
That's when they say an actor is brave. He was willing to
Wasn't flattering.
Anyone else?
When you looked at the movie now, is there anything you were like, wow, I'm so glad I did that? And also, is there anything you went, wow, shouldn't have done that, man?
I think I saw things where I went, ugh. There was quite a few things where I wish I would have done this, but it's little technically things more than anything.
She's asking for a specific example, Kelly. Where did you fuck?
Wow, did I can't. Nothing comes.
What pleased you? What do you look at and go?
I was pleased with the first half of the movie a lot. I thought, oh, it really holds.
Oh, thanks. That's not too general.
Yeah.
You like the opening sequence?
Yeah, I like the whole. I like the whole lead up to the drug. I thought was great.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good person. We did our best. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Two questions.
Yes. Okay.
Could you talk a little bit about the different locations in Toronto that you shot at, and then also why in the Happiness 5 scene was everyone wearing like plastic clothes?
That's a question for Greg Keane, I think. That second one. Greg, why were we in plastic? Was that a vision?
I think it was Delphine the costume.
Water probably had something to do with it.
Yeah, I think, and it was just trying to escalate, trying to make something different with the characters. But Greg should answer about Toronto locations. I mean, Rortor we put right in the Toronto skyline.
We shot down on Yonge Street where that multi-story building was going to be built, and then they knocked it down later. That was the opening shot. We shot at the Hearn. That was the Suicide Club. We shot in the place where we built a lot of sets. A lot of it was, was constructed, like the whole labs and all that.
Which were amazing.
Yeah.
For $1.98.
Yeah, I had a great team of people. We managed to come up with a cheap way of doing this concrete. In fact, Matthew the Scenic Artist here, he was incredible. We shot in an old computer, in a new computer lab. That was where all the people that were in comas were. And that place, yeah, that was, a lot of it was built.
Oh, and those shots of the brain and the effects and all that stuff when they take the pill, none of that's CG, right? That's like those are built.
I think there might have been a tiny bit of like the clock over the brain, but it was all built, and that was a lot of fun. And Greg designed, and we built the models of the Rortor building.
The building, none of that was CGI. It was all we built a model and we put it into a frame.
I think you took a shot from the CN Tower down on the skyline.
A number of different shots from Bay Street. Yeah. We put that building, the Rortor building, but that was a model that we had.
And we weren't trying to hide that we were in Toronto. We embraced it.
Except for the 72 degrees in your head. That's the one moment where I go, what the hell is that?
Gleeman X makes it feel like it's 72 degrees in your head all the time.
Oh, that's right, because we're Celsius. That's right, we went American. There was a moment where we were going to do a shot of the CN Tower, and we were going to super not Toronto. Just because it was like, that's what you did back in the day.
Another question? We probably have time for like 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more.
I'm just interjecting myself into this because I was visiting Toronto from Saskatoon in the early 90s, and me and my parents actually witnessed the shooting of the first scene on Yonge Street. I believe we were across the street, and I swear I can almost see a reflection in the mirror like a block down. I just wanted to share that, so I'll ask a question about it as well. How many takes was that opening shot?
You mean the helicopter shot?
From when it pulls, there's a camera inside the store window with Scott, and then they blend so easily, I can't really tell which. I guess when it goes up to the helicopter shot, sure.
Yeah, so we dressed a window, I guess Greg and Simpsons or whatever, and then once you cut around from outside the window, it's the helicopter all the way into the Suicide Club.
Right.
And then we went in, I think it was a parking lot that was half built, and then we picked it up at the Hearn after that. So it was kind of one continuous helicopter shot.
Why does Miss Herdecure live in a house next to a parking lot, like a weird apartment complex?
It's Jamestown, I think. We just like the quirkiness, the fact that you know how you see these houses that refuse to be sold and torn down while development goes around it. So there was there was more scenes with Herdecure that were cut in the backyard and in the front. And Greg reminded me there used to be a big billboard once the drug takes off of Cancer Boy beside Miss Herdecure's house that said, cancer can't be beaten, but depression can. And unfortunately, across the street was a real cancer clinic. And so the guy who ran it came over and said to Greg, people come and so Greg was nice enough to cover it up. And clearly it never made the movie. We put people through horrific times and didn't even use the show.
Anyone else?
I want to be a scientist just like you. What's your advice?
Work hard and stay in school.
Good advice.
I just want to say,
I'm beautiful.